Hi, I'm Lorrie Morgan, and you're watching Throwback Country with my buddy, Brit Jones.
Ooh. Yeah, we ain't going down until the sun comes up. Papa loved Mama blasting in my truck. And I'm still calling Baton Rouge. Shameless, it'll never get old. I still hear that thunder roll. It's where I've been. It's made me who I am. Somebody play me those songs again. If tomorrow never comes, I wonder what she's doing now. I'm much too young. Oh, play me those songs again.
What's up, everybody? I'm Brit Jones, and this is Throwback Country Music, the podcast that honors, respects, and gives a space for our heroes, legends, and icons of 80s and 90s country. And we have a surprise for you today. We were going to wait and release this December 5th, but when you have 2 hours with Lorrie Morgan, you got to split it up. So we're going to go ahead and give you the first sit-down interview that I had with Lorrie Morgan just the other day, and it was so much fun. She holds nothing back. She's awesome. She is a 4-time Female Vocalist of the Year winner. She has sold several million copies of albums over the course of her career. Some of her biggest songs are Something in Red, Watch Me, Except for Monday. I can't wait for you to check out what Lorrie Morgan has to say. And today, what you're going to get is some pretty good stuff. She talks about her life on the road, some of her best friends in the business who have passed away, like Joe Diffie, Daryle Singletary. She talks about her heroes, Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, Tammy Wynette. And me and her just laugh a lot. Her dog Puddin' is in the shot, and you can hear Puddin' sleeping and snoring. And you can hear Puddin' loving on our associate producer, Matt. It was such a fun time. We sat down with her after her show in Gainesville, Georgia. What was supposed to be about 8 minutes, just a little brief plug for her podcast that she has called War Paint, which is awesome. I definitely highly recommend that you go and download that podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It's such a good show. She's got Nancy Jones on there, Pam Tillis, Larry Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers, and Lorrie she's a pistol, she's a fireball. She's not going to hold anything back, but she's awesome. Earlier this week, we had another interview. The first one went so well that she decided she'd do another one, a much longer one. So we have so much footage of Lorrie Morgan that we're having to split it up. But if you're a country fan like me, and you like hearing some scoop, as she calls it, then you're going to really enjoy this show and the other two that will be coming out starting December 5th. But make no mistake about it, Lorrie Morgan, she got to where she is because she owned herself. She knew who she was. She wasn't going to compromise. And that's why she's one of the reigning queens of 90s country, Miss Lorrie Morgan. Be sure you go subscribe to that podcast she's got out, War Paint. It's so good. Also, hit the follow button or the subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts for this show, Throwback Country Music. We are so excited that we are back, and we are back moving full steam ahead. It's going to be an amazing ride. I've got some really great guests coming up, such as I Miss Billy the Kid. Billy Dean himself. Great songwriter, awesome guy, one of early 90s especially, biggest stars. And I can't wait for you to hear that. John Barry will be joining me next week as well, and his episode will come out, I believe it is a week from this coming Tuesday. So, can't wait for you to hear that as well. So, anyway, let's get on with it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Be sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching it right now on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. Enable those notifications. I would love for you to follow us, and so you'll stay up to date, with all these great video interviews, and we couldn't be more excited. And if you're listening or watching on Spotify, we appreciate it as well. We need those follows. The more follows, the more likes, the more subscriptions we get, the more artists, in-depth interviews that we can bring you. And these aren't just your normal interviews, as you'll hear some of the artists talk about. It's an actual exclusive sit-down, long-form interview with all of these stars. And for some reason, they enjoy hanging out with me. But I'm a fan just like y'all. I love country music, especially from the 90s, what I consider one of the golden eras, if not the golden era of country music. It changed the landscape for so many artists. And, of course, mid to late 80s is my jam as well. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Lorrie Morgan, exclusive interview. And I'll see you in just a few minutes after you get through watching. I'll give you a little outro. Thanks so much, guys. Here we go. Should have got me a glass. I love her being on hers.
No, pudding's fine.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's missed me.
Is it going?
It's going.
Doing a little vocal warm-up.
You're killing me tonight. The concoction. When you...
I do have to have that concoction. I don't drink at all before I go on stage.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
Yeah.
But when I get on stage and I start singing, the little phlegm comes up, and I have about that much tequila on stage, and it kind of cuts it out. So I know when there's no tequila left, I've gone way over on my show, and I need to get out of here. But I still had some left tonight, so. But yeah, that's the only reason I have it out there.
I could have went somewhere with that when you said tequila. I could have been like, oh, you got tequila?
You got what?
Daniel's tequila.
I've been prosecuted since you entered this way. And you know
what? Oh, God, I'm just kidding. I was
going to offer you some tequila, but it's over.
It's the rocks version. All right, I'll count us down.
You're kind of stoned.
I wish.
Now, what'd you say?
I said I'll count us down.
Oh. Okie dokie. Here we go. Stoned or not.
All right, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? This is Brit Jones, and I am here with multiple-time winning female vocalist of the year, Grand Ole Opry member, and one-of-a-kind voice. Man, she is incredible. We just saw her in concert. She is the lovely, beautiful, most magnificent Lorrie Morgan. Thank you. So, we wanted to just touch a little bit on the podcast that you have called War Paint with Lorrie Morgan.
Yeah.
We have listened to it. I listened to the Nancy Jones episode, Pam Tillis, and I have subscribed. And I want everybody to, because it's that
You're
good.
a good boy.
I am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But you look like my ex-husband.
Which one? I mean, no, I didn't mean that. God, we got...
Can somebody come take the knife out?
Wait.
No.
I didn't mean... I swear.
No, it's fine.
We'll
Most
cut
people
that.
say that.
I didn't. I was like, well, because they're also good looking.
You're right.
Vidalia?
I didn't marry. No.
No,
you don't
I didn't
look
think
like
that. Yeah, I
Sammy.
didn't think so.
You look like John Randall.
I was, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he's a great songwriter.
Yeah, he was hot, and he was a great songwriter, and he still is a great songwriter.
He is. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
one of Nashville's treasures. But
Yeah, that's cool.
And did the is it the Marsh tapes with the?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen
with,
it?
with Miranda.
Miranda. And,
That's so good.
incredible. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was the husband.
I did. God, I did not mean to say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You're awesome.
I was-
I love how you lie.
well.
Look,
I've been married 3 times, so he gives me a hard time about it all
she's
the time.
trying to shake.
She
your
is.
hand.
She's trying to talk to you. Puddin', Lori's dog, is right behind the camera, and she is
Yeah.
beautiful. What kind of dog is she?
She's a little blue pit,
Blue pit.
blue and white pit. She is just my best friend.
Oh man. There's a.
Sometimes she comes out on the road when we just do one show. It wears her out. The bus
Oh, I bet.
bumping bothers her at night. So last night she and I didn't sleep. She went from bunk to bunk. Finally I got us a place out front on the couch, and she slept on the other couch. And as long as she sees me, she's okay. But those roads were rough
Oh
last
yeah.
night. I think she's falling in love with your
I do too.
guy over there.
Man.
If people could
That's-
see behind the scenes, I
I
don't
tell
know.
you, Matt was one of my college roommates from back in 2000. I know I look really good for my age.
You do? Where'd you go to college?
Well, I went to Dalton State, and then I finished at Georgia.
Oh, my son's a huge Georgia fan.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, when I was looking up some stuff, because I was trying to find how to get him on the show, and but then again, Claire took care of that, and
Claire's a good girl.
I saw that he was a Georgia fan.
Yeah.
Oh, she talked highly of you, big time.
Thank you. I love her.
And then, but when she found out I had Billy Dean on the show, she got really excited. I think that's why she hooked me up with you, just so she could.
She like into
She
Billy
was
Dean.
like really into Billy, yeah.
Oh.
Claire.
Oh, Claire.
She's like
Billy Dean.
She's like, oh, I listen.
Billy Dean just cut Keith Whitley's song. New kid. There's a new kid in town for Christmas.
Yes.
Him and
Jason Bird.
thanks. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Yep. Jason was good friends with George and Nancy, I believe.
So I'm anxious to
Yeah.
hear it. I haven't heard it yet.
They're going to be on the show November 28th. Yeah, it's going to be good. Jason and Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Jason and Billy. Mm-hmm.
Is Billy still going to have the fan blowing his hair?
I requested that.
Yeah? Is it on his rider still?
Well, he took it off last year.
Love you, Billy.
Oh, geez. So back to the show. It's going to be, it's awesome. And we just read that it got, like it's already kind of breaking some records, Lori.
It really is. And I'm
that's
really
awesome.
surprised. But you know what? We're going to get deeper and deeper into the show. I wanted to start off mildly, so people who don't really know me can get to know my sense of humor and blah, blah, blah. But I want to get to I want to cut to the chase. I want to get people on there who aren't afraid to say what they feel, and me as well. I have a lot to say, and people don't know what goes on behind the scenes and behind those curtains and stuff. And that's the kind of stuff I feel like is interesting to people. You can go anywhere and read somebody's biography and find out a lot about them, but. Puddin's growling. She wants some loving. Her wants some loving. But that's the kind of podcast I want. I don't want to just have people on that are just, and next month we're in so and so and such and such. I want somebody. I want some scoop.
Yes. Yeah.
And if we want to drink during the podcast and we want to do whatever we want to do, I want it to be real.
That's the key to success for a podcast, for especially with you. I think I love that. That makes me want to tune in even more. But just, And I want to remind people that this is Lorrie effing Morgan. I mean,
Lorrie
seriously.
Effin. That was my middle name when I was born.
It's Lorrie Morgan, and I you know, I don't want you to. I know you're not going to forget that, but I don't want you to forget that. You are the quintessential, just one of the voices of female country of the '90s.
Well,
you know,
you're awful sweet.
Well, I'm being serious because I've studied '90s country for so long and just been so passionate about it, and you're there. You know, you are an icon, and
I don't feel that.
but I want you to know others do, and I don't think you should ever not feel it because you own it.
Well, thank you.
You are, and so I want to lift you up on that pedestal.
Sometimes I think as an artist, you lose faith in yourself. You know, the record industry and the music business changes so much. You know, you get. One year you're on top and you're doing all these award shows and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden for 2 years you run dry like a you know a river that used to be in the desert, and so you start doubting yourself. But then you have great shows on the road, and people come to see you. And the good thing about it is, you know, we're still selling out crowds, and that's not to pat myself on the back. That's just to make me feel good before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, it comes in waves. So you have to have that support group around you that, you know, not the yes people,
Right.
but the support group that says, you know, hey, I'm going to tell you when you can't sing anymore, or I'm going to tell you when it's time to give it up. You know, and I made my husband promise. I said, this husband, I made him promise me, if you hear me not singing the way I should. Everybody goes through hoarseness every now and then, sore throat and whatever. I said, you better be the one to tell me. Because if you make me go out there and have people go, she sure doesn't sound like she used to. I said, I'm going to kill you. I'm in it.
Yeah, well, I understand.
I'm in it.
Well, you see, well,
Guy.
But anyway,
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Yes, and I mean that because the podcast, you know, we are going to be promoting that big time, and I'm going to be putting it out on socials and even our website. And our guy at iHeart, he was so excited when I told him that I'm going to get to see Lorrie backstage for a little bit, you know. So
were you at the last show that I had to cancel?
I was.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We just drove an hour away.
Yeah,
We're just up in the mountains here in
I just
Blairsville.
drove 5 hours.
Yeah.
I could not move.
It was awful, I bet. I couldn't
telling
imagine.
you, I was like, okay, this is going to pass. I just got motion sickness. And the more the day went on, the worse it got, and the worse it got. And I was on the phone with my manager, and I was like, I cannot do this. I'm telling you, I can't do it. And I was running a fever, and just the stomach flu. So the bus drove me. My husband picked me up at our exit 5 hours away from here and took me right to the emergency room.
Oh, wow.
They put the fluids in me and, you know, kept me there. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Because we waited to the very last minute before we pulled the bus away. And I said, I can't do it.
And that's, how many times in your career can you probably, I mean, there's very few, right?
Pull up and have to leave?
to do that,
No.
yeah.
No, I maybe two.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
Yep.
I've had to cancel before I've left.
Right.
Being sick.
In
the 40 years I've been doing this, but to pull up at a show and all of a sudden, you know, just get sick, violently sick too. Thank
That's
God
scary.
for my road manager and Becky. I mean, my piano player. They took care of me, and then one time there's been a couple, weather related things that we've had to cancel.
Right.
Tornadoes coming in through a fair or whatever, but you know, you have to do it all. I mean, and again, in 40 years of doing this, there's probably 10 shows.
Yeah, that's
you know.
yeah. That's what I was
bad.
telling Matt. I said most of the time an artist of that status, just they don't cancel. So when they cancel, it's got to be big time,
well,
big time.
My road manager can tell you.
Yeah.
I had a bad day that day, and a bad couple days following. So it was something that was going around, and my daughter finally said, "Yeah, Mom, that's going around my daughter's school," and I'm like. Well, I was just with your daughter. You could have told me this, But anyway, it's okay. We're here, and we had a great show. The crowd was great.
They were.
It was fun, and
Have you played a boot barn before? There's several, I believe. Colorado. Okay.
Colorado.
Yeah, that was a good one. Remember?
Can you go home with us tonight on the road?
Yes.
You can keep the camera rolling. There will be some funny
You
stuff.
talking about making some money? That's where we're gonna make some money. Just have the camera rolling and.
There is. Listen. People would be like, I want to go on the road with Lorrie Morgan.
That's what it would be.
On the road with Lorrie Morgan. Wow, that's a good idea.
I'm all about some.
Get Claire on the phone.
I'm calling her as soon as this is.
Say, hey, this is John Randall. I mean, this is.
Am I going to have to edit all this out?
No, we don't. Hey, ask
I'm
me.
just kidding. I'm
Okay,
kidding.
look, randomly pick a question from the sky.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, randomly.
All right, I'm going to ask
And
you
I
a
think
question
you can
that
think about it while I take a sip.
Oh, golly. My mouth is so damn dry. I'm just kidding.
What'd you say?
I said my mouth is so damn dry.
You want something to
No,
drink?
I have water. I had a water
Do you want
somewhere.
a shot of tequila?
Yes.
Ty, you got some tequila in here?
Depends whose it is.
It's mine from stage. See the lips? I'm well now, though. You can drink. Go ahead, take the lipstick.
I'm taking the lipstick just because
Do
this is going to
do
get a lot of views.
Do it. Go ahead and do it. Love juice. Who's a good boy?
Oh, thank you so much. You're the man.
He is the man.
All right, here's your random question, Lori.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
In 2018, well, you don't remember this because you do so many interviews, but in 2018, you came on our show. Here's the question. We talked for about an hour, and you're gonna probably remember this, but I said, all right, Lori, if you... No, I didn't say that.
See, I don't already remember.
I said, I'm going to name a few names and give me your first thought. And I was like, I said like Tammy Wynette, and you said something, your first thought, like amazing or whatever. And I said, Loretta Lynn, you go Queen. And then I said Dolly Parton, and you go, what'd you say? I said Loretta Lynn, you go Queen. And I said, all right, well, what about Dolly Parton? And you go, double Queen. Do you remember?
She's the queen of my double wide.
See,
dress.
there you're going back to that.
Wow, that was good of me.
But it was, and
That was quick.
It was very quick. Double Queen.
I get double Queen.
Yeah. Well, it was hilarious, and people still talk about it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I love Dolly. I don't know. I haven't heard this rock and roll stuff this rock stuff she's doing. But I thought, well,
you know what?
At her age, if she wanted to go into rap or acid rock, whatever, I mean, it would work. I mean, she just makes things work.
She does.
She's quite a genius. Dolly is. If you don't look up to Dolly as a female in this industry, something's wrong. I mean, something ain't right with you. So
that's
but
good.
I love Dolly, and of course Tammy was oh my God, she was my idol. Loretta, I loved her. I miss her so much.
And y'all were close.
We were close, and we were very close. But it seems like all my friends. And I don't mean to bring this down, but all my friends, like Joe Diffie,
Daryle
Singletary just tore me up. And Joe, I mean, we we were friends. I mean, we were like best friends. And we would call each other at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning from the road, after a show, and get on a three-way and laugh and drink and talk. And, I mean, they were just my best friends. And most of my best friends in the business are male friends.
Yeah.
Pam's my best girlfriend in the business, and we talk a couple times a week, plus work together. But and then just I talk to Mark Chestnut all the time, and then he's taken off. He's not feeling good, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just losing all my friends, and it's. You can't take anything for granted. This business is hard on a body, not just mentally but physically.
Yeah.
It's hard on a body, and we're losing a lot of younger, my generation, which isn't considered that young, but the younger generation of country music, the '90s and stuff. You're like, Jesus. Mark and I and Joe would sit after shows and sit in the dressing room till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning singing old standard country music songs, and I miss those. I miss those times because the newer folks, and not that there's anything wrong with the newer folks, they just don't play with us.
Yeah.
I want to play with somebody.
90s country is a genre of its own.
It is.
And it's a beautiful thing to look back on.
It is.
And 80s. But, there's something about
80s
the
and 90s.
You know what I mean?
Kind of runs together, though.
Yeah.
Because it was around 87 through the 90s, it's great music. It's great music. And, like even Toby Keith, he doesn't feel well, and Alan Jackson.
That hurts.
All these people are... So, we need to appreciate these people and come out and see them while they're still active and happy and wanting to play music. And so it's important. It's important to us, too, to know, who's in the crowd. How did we sell tonight, And so, but I'm just proud to be still a part of it,
Yeah. And that's the one sole purpose of my show, and I tell people this, is that I have such a heart to honor and respect the artists from the 80s and 90s, and I want to give them a space. I want to promote the hound out of them. I want people to know, which a lot of people do, because 90s country is like on a huge resurgence.
It is.
But that's my heart, and so I'll close with this. Lorrie Morgan. Last week, it hasn't aired yet, but Allie Colleen, you know who that is, she came on the show, and twice your name was brought up. And just...
Am I scared?
No.
Okay.
Lord, no. No, we were just talking about the incredible females of the 90s, and you were mentioned Winona, and...
Bless her.
And Jody... But it was just cool.
I was listening to a Jody Messina record. Yesterday I was at a meeting downtown, and she came on singing, bye-bye, I'll catch you later. I mean, I cranked my radio up, and I'm like, where is Jody? Where is Jody Messina? Where is she?
Hey, we saw her the other night in concert.
Was she rocking?
Rocking.
God.
Rocking. She was rocking. She was. It was awesome.
I love her.
Yeah, and she
and I were like kind of the only smokers. A long time ago we would have to share a dressing room because the smokers would go in one room and the other smokers, the other non-smokers,
remember? Huh? There was another one. Remember?
Yeah.
The one we talked about earlier.
She'd come in and smoke. Yeah. But, when we got smart and learned our voice can't last forever if we keep smoking. But Jody and I would always say, hey, you got a cigarette? You got a cigarette? And she would just sing her butt off.
Wow.
Man, I was such a fan of Jody.
Yeah.
And we would laugh, and You know, she'd
Yeah.
come up to me at the award show when they go to commercials, and she'd come up and go, "You got a cigarette?" You know,
Now, where would y'all go to do that? At
Right
an
out
award
in the
show?
lobby.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, back then, it wasn't a
yeah,
non-smoking
okay.
building.
Yeah,
You know, you just go out in the lobby and smoke or
the Opry
bathroom.
House.
No,
Oh, okay.
not the Opry House. Well, yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
we'd smoke in the dressing room at the
Oh,
Opry
yeah,
House. Yeah, you can do anything back then at the Opry House. Yeah.
Oh man, I've only been backstage once with John Barry. He took me
Really?
backstage one night. Yeah, he was.
Well,
one-
I can tell you, there was a lot of moonshine when I was growing up.
Oh,
A lot
I
of
bet.
moonshine,
Oh man.
cigarette smoking, jokes going on. I mean, it was just
Write
a
a
different
book.
world. I am. I've got a book coming out.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. I've got a book coming out, Claire. I'm halfway through the book, but
Oh man.
I got
Lori.
a dry spot all of a sudden. You know, like a dry well.
Yeah.
And so the book should be out sometime in 24.
Mm.
And it's kind of a tell-all book. It's about those kind of times, those kind of days. So it's going to be.
Had no idea. That's awesome.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yes, and then the movie. Who's gonna play you?
Well, since Marilyn's not around, I have no idea.
I think Reese.
Reese?
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
She played June. Too.
Oh, that's right. She did.
You know, gotta
Yeah.
have somebody kind of.
Michelle Williams.
Who?
Michelle Williams. She might do a good job.
Michelle Williams.
Oh,
Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
Showman.
you ever seen The Greatest Showman?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Nicole Kidman.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Yeah, because she can pull it off.
She can pull off anything.
She can pull it off.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I will not keep you any longer, even though this has been so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. And actually, Claire told me that she's going to try to get you on for like a long form interview, like a real interview. Not that this ain't a
this
real
is
interview.
fake?
No, this ain't fake. I'm
It's
talking about
fake.
like a, you
Cheers.
know. Woo! But anyway, it's so good to see you.
No,
And
tell me what a real interview is.
no, not a real interview. I'm talking about like the actual show where you call in, you know, screen to screen.
Oh, well, you know, here's the problem. I'm very technically challenged.
See, but Jesse can help you. All you gotta do is click the link, and it brings you into my
Now,
waiting room.
here's the problem. My laptop is. I can't get it to work, and it's brand new. It's not even a year old. My dog's snoring. Can you hear it?
I love it.
Listen. Listen.
Oh, I know what even better. I'm going to Jeannie Seeley's cottage to sit down with her for an interview, and maybe we can hook it up that day.
Oh my God.
I know. You know how like
You know, my son has had a crush on her since he was like 15.
oh my gosh.
Jesse, I swear.
Wow,
He's
that's
like,
awesome.
Mom, she is so hot. And I'm like, Jesse.
That is hilarious. Man, I'm excited. I've had her on the show back in 2019, but
And, you know, she calls me Morgan. Now,
Does she?
Morgan, listen, Morgan. Yeah, she's always been an idol of mine. And
Oh, she's
she
sweet.
tells me the way it is.
well, that's good. That's what you.
Well, she
want.
used to.
Yeah.
Well, she still can if she wants to, but I think I've kind of hit a plateau where she knows she don't have to watch me minutely.
Because she
now.
watched you grow up. Really.
Oh, she watched
Literally.
me like a hawk.
You know. Oh, okay. So she really was invested in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was, and she knew I was
That's cool.
watching her. And she said, had I known she was watching me that close, I'd have been a little bit better. I'd acted a little bit better.
Oh, I'm so excited just to, be in her presence. I think she's
It's
just,
pretty intimidating sometimes.
oh, that's awesome. I can't wait.
I can't wait for it either.
You're intimidating.
Right.
Yeah.
You are a great guy. I'd love to do a long interview.
Okay,
Laid
we
back
will.
tequila,
That's what I was.
some snacks.
Yes.
I already gave you tequila, so
I know it was good too.
yeah.
It was the Rock's tequila, wasn't it?
The what?
The Rock's tequila. The Rock, he has his own tequila.
No, it was not his. If I'm going to drink somebody's tequila, it's going to be George Strait's.
Oh, he does have a tequila.
However,
Yeah.
I don't go by names. Somebody's something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah, me either.
That's Silver Patron. That's my favorite.
I like Silver Patron. That's what
That's
my
my
daddy
favorite.
has.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, Silver Patron. And the wine is called
Rombauer.
Rombauer.
Mm-hmm.
And you only drink you like the Chardonnay or any reds?
I have to do the Chardonnay now because I had about 5 years ago, I got salmonella at the end of our Christmas tour.
Oh.
And we were celebrating, and it was right at the end of this romaine lettuce callback.
Oh, I remember that.
And I got the lettuce, and I got the salmonella, and the first thing that came up was red wine. And I said,
Oh, that
can't
did
do
it.
it anymore.
Mm.
And I was a red wine
Me too.
snob.
That's what I am. Cabernet.
I was a red wine snob.
Wow.
Anything less than a Opus or a Camus or something like that, I was like,
So the 3 for $9.99 at Ingles ain't gonna do it.
ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. So I had to switch to Chardonnay. So here's looking at you,
Hey.
kid.
Well, that's plastic. Am I supposed to- Is that what they provide these days?
I don't know. This we have on the bus
Oh,
because
okay.
so many of them
Well, they would break, probably.
fall
wouldn't
over and bust.
they? Wow.
So
Well, Lorrie,
yes,
you're awesome.
you are
And
too.
I cannot wait to tell Claire that you said you would do a long form interview.
I promise to Daddy I will. And if I say I promise to Daddy, I'm dead serious.
Well, then I will make you this promise that you're going to come on before someone else that I'm not going to mention on the air.
No, we're not. But I'll do it.
You know the other one.
Of course I'll do it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm excited because this kind of stuff I like. I hate
Formality
I
and
hate
logistics.
that crap,
I do too.
man. It's like, so how was your first appearance on the Grand Ole Opry?
You just
Well,
wanna throw up.
okay. Why don't you read the bio? Let's talk about something people don't know.
But see, we're going to get along just fine.
We do get along.
We
fine.
do get along just fine. All right, well, there you go. All right, don't stop it because she's going to plug my show. Aren't you?
All right, tell me what. Give me the lines.
Well,
exact lines.
Oh, exact?
yeah,
Dang.
exact.
Okay.
Just to put them in my head.
Well, Claire texted and said, why don't you get her to do something like one of her songs, like, you've got 5 minutes to tune in to Throwback Country Music.
Claire, you are gay.
Claire, that is not coming from me. Because, just say, I'm Lorrie Morgan, and this is Throwback Country Music.
Okay.
Could you say with my buddy Brit Jones?
Brit Jones, yeah. You ready? And what'd you say? We'll be right back.
Oh, no, say,
Oh, you're listening
say
to
it.
what?
I'm Lorrie Morgan, and you're
Listening,
to Throwback Country Music.
listening or watching?
Watching.
Watching Throwback Country Music with Brit Jones.
With my buddy Brit Jones.
Brit.
My buddy Brit Jones. You gotta make us sound like we know each other. I'm just kidding, Lorrie. Do what you want.
You ready? Hi, I'm Lorrie Morgan. Yes, I am. I already forgot my fucking line. Hang on. Throwback country. Okay, ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Lorrie Morgan, and you're watching Throwback Country with my buddy, Brit Jones.
Ooh.
So what did y'all think about that interview? The sit down with me and Lorrie. Like I said earlier, what was supposed to be just about 8 minutes, it was over 30. And there's a few things we talked about when the record button wasn't even being pressed. So, it was awesome. I'm so excited. Also, did you hear the incredible stories she was sharing? I'm like, wow, you know, I just to hear her talk about her and Joe Diffie, one of my idols from 90s country, and Daryle Singletary, just getting on the phone after shows. They'd be in their separate buses all over the country, and they were just hanging out. And she talks about how she misses her friends who have passed away. And man, what a great artist. I love the fact that she shared so much with us. And just wait, because it gets better, as if it could. On December 5th, you're going to hear more of Lorrie. She calls in, and we talked for an hour and a half, and it was so much that she shared, and she's got so many great things coming out in 2024, and I am so excited. I couldn't be more excited for her. She is one of the queens of 90s country, no doubt. So be sure you go to her website, and you can follow her tour dates. If she's in your area, go check her out. Buy some tickets. Go support these 90s artists. You'll hear me say a lot of that with these podcasts that I'm doing, interviewing these 80s and 90s legends. Also, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Throwback Country Music. That's where you'll get a lot of our information. We are big on Facebook, and we will be posting many goodies on Facebook. So that's at Throwback Country Music. YouTube is at Throwback Country Music. And you can also go to our Instagram. The show's Instagram is my Instagram, at Brit Jones Music. That's BritJones MUSIC, at Brit Jones Music. We're also on TikTok. Now, we're just now starting that, and so we got to get that following going. I'm new to that. I've kind of stayed away from it for a few years, and now I've been encouraged to get that going. But that's at Throwback Country Music as well. ThrowbackCountryMusic.com is the website. You can join us on there. Subscribe to our email list. That would be awesome. But thank you so much. Whether you're on Apple, you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or iHeart or Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube. If you're watching us on Spotify or watching us on YouTube, we really appreciate it. Be sure you hit that follow or subscribe button, whatever your platform says. That does so much for our podcast. Like I said earlier, we can bring you more interviews, and it helps. The more we grow, the more interviews you'll get. It's a win-win. But I'm a fan just like y'all. That's why I love doing this, because I like approaching these interviews as a fan, because I want y'all to feel a part of it as well and enjoy it, because I love country music. And if you're listening to this, I'm sure you love country music as well. Timeless country music, the country music that we grew up on, the country music that is still telling stories, the country music that is where the icons and legends like Lorrie, Diamond Rio, Alan Jackson, Garth, Reba, Winona, Tanya Tucker. You've got all of these artists who paved the way for so many of the artists you hear today on the radio. But these artists right here, they're timeless. They hold a special place in my heart and special memories for the songs that they put out. And I can't wait to interview more and more. So, if you go to our website, throwbackcountrymusic.com, or Instagram, at Brit Jones Music, all of that will be in the footnotes, whatever podcast platform you're listening on. I'll give all of those links. Also, I'll give some links for Lorrie as well, and the link for her podcast, Warpaint. Go look it up, and you will enjoy that. It's also a video show, and you'll be able to watch her talk to her guest as well, and it's really, really good, and it's taken off. It's got some steam behind it. Wow, it is one of the most it debuted, and it's one of the most downloaded music podcasts out there right now, and so that's really awesome. But join us December 5th. That's just in a few days, and you'll be able to see part 2 of our interview with Lorrie, and then we will release the other one the very next week. If you listen to the intro song that came along when you first started playing the podcast, that is our intro music. And that song is a song I wrote. And it's called Play Me Those Songs Again. And Play Me Those Songs Again goes right along with Throwback. The memories. Play me those memories again. Play me those tunes again. Play me those lyrics again. And for each one of us, we have those special 90s country music legends that we remember listening to riding around in our cars as teenagers, or that our parents may have played in the background as we were growing up. Play Me Those Songs Again is the song that reminds me of all that. And I'll be releasing that nationwide in just a couple of weeks, maybe sooner, but you'll be able to download that song along with others. So yeah, just letting you know, plugging myself, and I'll do that. Why? I guess because I got a pretty cool platform that I can do that on. But anyway, thank you so much. I just wanted to go ahead and release this first sit down interview with Lorrie, because so many of you have been asking, can you go ahead? We're tired of waiting. We want to go ahead and start watching these shows. Well, you asked for it. There you go. So thank you so much for hanging out. Be sure you hit the follow button or subscribe, and leave us a review. Hit those 5 stars. Make us look really, really good. The bigger we get, the more interviews we can bring you. And we're going to be doing sit-down interviews. We'll be doing, of course, the video-to-video interviews where they call in. And we'll be doing a lot of live remote broadcasts. If you are listening to this today on November 30th, we will be in Hiawassee, Georgia, doing a few really cool clips that we'll be sharing on our socials, especially Facebook. And we are going to be at the Oak Ridge Boys final tour. And it's their Christmas show. Big production. So if you live in that area or the Georgia area, or if you're close anywhere near Hiawassee, there's a few tickets still available. Go check out the Oak Ridge Boys, country music legends, Hall of Famers, Grand Ole Opry members. Pretty big deal, right? But anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You are all going to enjoy this podcast. I just know it. Tell your friends. Let everybody know. Set that reminder. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day. And I can't wait to hear all of you what you think about this first episode. Leave us some comments on Facebook. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. See you later.
Until the sun comes up, Papa loved Mama blasting in my truck, and I'm still calling Baton Rouge. Shameless, it'll never get old. I still